All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the BCH Ignite live stream. This week, of course, here with me as always, my co-host Kousha. And this week, we are joined by the Bitcoin Cash Sofia team out of Bulgaria. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Sure. Okay, I'll start first. My name is Boyan Kelchev. I am the co-organizer of Sofia Bitcoin Cash Meetup, and also I'm a co-founder of Poipe, which is a crypto adoption company. And since the middle of 2019, I work actively in onboarding and helping people to onboarding merchants and people and businesses, and helping people to learn about the technology and develop the local crypto community in Sofia. Also, we as a company are operating one cryptomat that we have installed here in Sofia in one of the shopping malls, which basically sells Bitcoin Cash for Bulgarian level and vice. It's a two-way cryptomat. Dimitri?
Okay, hello from me too. I'm Dimitri Kaparis. So I'm software developer since the year 2000. I found Bitcoin by chance in 2010 and have been following it ever since. And in 2019, I founded the Poipe company, the crypto adoption company in Bulgaria, together with my friend Boyan. And he said what we're doing, advancing now Bitcoin Cash adoption.
Excellent.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Thanks everyone. My name is Bhushan Trivedi, and everything that you heard from Boyan and Dimitri, I'm just helping my small little bit in sort of advancing their mission. And also my main focus is to build and manage the community. So that includes the meetups that we have and the different communication content that we have through various channels.
Outstanding. Real pleasure to speak with you guys today. So yeah, I always see you guys posting things in the adoption Telegram group, and it's always very encouraging. So how long have you guys been actively working on Bitcoin Cash adoption?
Well, we started the company in 2019 in August, and ever since we are working really hard with one small pause during the COVID crisis. That's it. So we never stop adopting and onboarding people and merchants everywhere we go in our own cities, Sofia, and also everywhere around the country. Also,
Awesome.
we are organizing the local meetup, Bitcoin Cash Sofia meetup, and just recently, 2 days ago, we had our first live meeting after the quarantine ended. So it was really nice. There were, I think, 25 people showed up, and we did a presentation. We shared some Bitcoin Cash gifts, and it was really great.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I've been wanting to restart meetups here. I'm in Medellin, Colombia, in Latin America, but unfortunately, we're still under. They haven't even opened the restaurants yet, so that's really great. So do you guys? So it'd be like I know I've said this to you before, but I would really love to retweet your stuff. But are you guys on Twitter yet, or?
Not yet.
I'm only using to read things. I don't have an account.
Yeah, I would really like to retweet you guys because you guys do good work, and I feel like it doesn't get seen enough. You know,
our marketing has to think about.
Right. Well, we are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. And where else? And that's it for the social media. But
we are on
Telegram, Discord, all that channels.
Yeah.
So
we are
we are
Instagram as
actually
well.
having sorry, Bhushan. We are having a program for our marketing. So we're developing gradually. It takes time. Sometimes it is pain in the ass, but we're doing our best.
Cool.
Go on, Bhushan. Go on.
Yeah, I was just saying that we were also on Instagram, but I think the main channel that we use to communicate with the international audiences like yourself is Telegram, and we've been taking efforts to constantly update you and the wider audience with whatever small developments that we make, because we believe that it just motivates the community, and sort of also helps us keep going. So every small news, good, mostly good, nothing bad as of yet, we try to share with you guys. We learn from everyone, and we believe that's how the community would grow, not just locally but internationally. So thank you for acknowledging our efforts on the channel.
Absolutely, yeah, and I want to learn from you guys too. I'm really looking forward to the insights you guys are going to share, because ground level adoption is a big thing with me. That's kind of a passion for me, because for years people talked about, hey, we're going to get merchant adoption, we're going to do this, and then it didn't happen. And so around 2018, I was like, damn, it's time to make this thing happen. Maybe what inspired you guys to start working on this?
I have been inspiring myself since, as I said, 2010. There was a period around 2013, 14, 15 where here in Sofia there were a few restaurants and merchants who were accepting Bitcoin. I was very enthusiastic about that. I was ostensibly patronizing these places. I was very disappointed about the turn of events after 2016-17 about the scaling debate, and was again very inspired by the turn back to the Bitcoin Cash community. And eventually I decided I need to, so to say, to take the things in my hands in more.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah. So it's about it for me.
So go ahead, Kousha.
Just a side note. I heard you say the ATM is BCH only, which is pretty nice. And so you installed it just shortly ago, not before. So what is I would like to know about the whole ATM idea, and is it also KYC, or with whom did you actually work together to make this happen, or who do you have to ask for permission in this case?
Well, first of all, we don't have to ask right now in Bulgaria for permission to operate a cryptomat. We did it with Lamassu. We had a quite how to put it, a deep research about which one is the most appropriate. So we choose on Lamassu, and then we try to find a place. Honestly, we tried all shopping malls in Sofia. And the one that we are operating right now in was the only one who actually agreed to accommodate us. So why we did it? We did it simply to have a good interface where people can go and try the technology, and also those who are crypto active can go there, buy and sell. Even recently, we have a small issue with our liquidity in fiat money, because people are right now are selling, let's say, more than they're buying. So right now our cryptomat is empty, out of cash. Yet people can still buy Bitcoin Cash right now. But our idea is this to be the base for the whole process of adoption. We needed to have this in place, and then we gradually started with the merchants. Dimitri, yeah.
Yes, so we chose the Lamassu cryptomat because they're mostly open design. They use open software, and that thing is important for ourselves. About who to ask for permission, as Boyan said, there is no clear specific laws about cryptocurrency. There are no prohibitions. Still, we had legal advice. We had our legal counsel, because we wish to help spreading adoption and build adoption, not go to prison.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah. And
yeah, I can just add that Well, using crypto in Bulgaria, like in most places around the world, is seen as just trading with some kind of assets. So yeah, this is one very important point.
What we all want is this thing to become our money, to become real money. And to be real money, that means you need to have absolute liquidity.
That's right.
So it is absolutely a necessary condition. So that's why we are creating that condition, onboarding these merchants. Eventually, every merchant here will be accepting Bitcoin Cash, and then it will be much easier to sell that.
Have you found local.bitcoin.com or any other marketplaces like that to be useful or helpful?
Yes, it is very useful by itself. We are using it and we try to promote it to the local community, but it is small still and it is a bit unknown to people here, so they are not very active here, but we hope this will change in time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wanted to add that since most of the people see this as a speculation opportunity, to earn some fiat money speculating with crypto. Actually, in our local Bitcoin.com, we have, I think, four traders only. But we are very happy with this because we met one very nice guy, Lubukanev, and he's now part of our community. He's really active. So we use this also as a channel to meet alike people that can be onboarded to the community also. But trade is not so active, to be honest, in the streets. There's no.
Yeah, here in Colombia, yeah, a few months ago I tried doing some transactions and I couldn't get enough liquidity. But on Monday, actually, I was able to get enough liquidity to make a sale of BCH. So I think things are improving for local.bitcoin.com, at least here in Latin America. So
do you have actually alternatives? Are you in talks with investors or funding people who traders, brokers in that case, who maybe are interested in scooping up the big numbers when they're coming in?
Is that to us?
Yes. Well, actually, go on.
We try to find individual buyers among our acquaintances and other people, and we can offer them to sell them Bitcoin Cash on quite good terms, and that's partially we can solve our problem that way, but it has to become a little bigger.
Yeah, sure. And also we are actually building right now a local exchange on our website where people can go and buy Bitcoin Cash for Bulgarian leva using the local payment operator.
Yes, a system for selling Bitcoin Cash using a local payment operator. Yeah, and maybe we'll talk about that eventually. Eventually, we'll open it to the community so others can also use that.
Yeah, just to give you some overview about this issue with the liquidity, there are also two other cryptomats in Sofia, as far as we know, and they mainly sell and buy Bitcoin Cash. So one of these, Bitcoin Core, sorry. And one of these that right now actually has some cash in it, charges 15% commission when they buy Bitcoin. So people
when they sell.
When they buy.
When users
yes,
sell.
When users sell. So you have to. Our commission are really low. We charge 1.5%, and and 2 Bulgarian level, which is roughly $1 and some cents, fixed fee per transaction.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah, and just since we're talking about this thing with the cryptomat, yes, we have KYC, for instance, we have a process in place, and we have our terms and conditions according to the current law in our country, totally how to put it,
So
agreeable.
yes, for low amounts you can transact anonymously. For larger amounts you have to register with your phone number.
ID,
And
yes.
eventually, for larger amounts, you have to register with your ID and eventually a photo of you.
Yeah.
So, what do you find is the most effective tactic for onboarding people who are completely new? Yeah.
Well, we found that first of all, making people to feel good during our meetups and give them some useful information, and also we give them some gifts for trying the technology works best for the people, and also um, I mean, this is word of mouth marketing, to be honest. And people they tend to trust you. When they trust you, they're really ready to use it. For instance, as a company, we want to operate totally in Bitcoin Cash. We cannot do it right now fully, but everybody who tries to do business with us, we are paying them in Bitcoin Cash. Most of them they receive. Even our accountant now receives half of its money in Bitcoin Cash. And by the way, she is holding, which is really interesting. Okay, with the merchants, it is really not so difficult, especially when they have open mind. With those who are really, how to put it, afraid, or they don't trust anybody, it's really hard to convince them. But those with open mind is really easy, because we tell them, look, we are going to help you to start accepting Bitcoin Cash. We are doing the underwriting for you upfront, because we are giving them a deposit for the coins that they're going to receive. So we are paying them for the coins before they receive them. And also we tell them, look, we're bringing the community over to your place, so we can have a meetup there, and we spread the good news. Also, we are doing a promotional video for them, free of charge for them. And we're putting this everywhere in our channels, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. So we're putting some advertisement as well. And I see this, since this is totally, how to put it, trouble-free for them. They don't have to add anything additional, no work, no
Zero effort.
Yes, zero effort. We're doing everything. We're providing them with a tablet, with the application, with the Bitcoin Cash register, right? Yeah. And also we give them these deposits, and we are going there quite oftenly. They don't need to add anything additionally. So that's how it works. Yet there are many who simply refuse to open their mind and to see this opportunity. We cannot convince them if they say no all the time. Back to you.
Yeah, here in Colombia, yeah, we also tried to make it as easy as possible for the merchants. I think that was really important to get them over that initial hump,
Right.
to make it painless for them.
Yeah, what is important to notice here in this process of onboarding merchants is that here locally in Sofia, no one wants to keep the coins. That's the problem. There is no food chain or local crypto economy that they can spend these coins there. So they want level. And for the time being, we're providing them with this process so they can be totally safe from any volatility, whatever, even from legal point of view, because this is a cash. Anyways, this too much details, but yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, for some time we'll need to make the conversion to level.
That's
until, as I said, we have total liquidity. When everyone is accepting Bitcoin Cash, then will people consider keeping Bitcoin Cash? So
that's the big idea, yeah.
I don't think it's too many details, though. I think those are good details. Like we also found here when we onboarded merchants, some merchants, they would hold, right? But most merchants, they at first, at least at first, they wanted to immediately sell because they wanted to confirm that it was possible, right? Because here I am, some guy, with some magical internet money, and they're like, yeah, but does anybody value this enough to give me fiat for it? And some of them always wanted to cash out. As soon as they got it, they're like, George, I want to cash out. Others would hold. Yeah. But so you have to provide. That's why liquidity is so important. Because we need like the true believers or the real innovators, they'll hold, right? They'll understand it. but we need to our numbers are too small. We need more mainstream people to feel comfortable and to start growing into it. Yeah.
I'm really thinking about online in this case. This is just too big. If we make it that Steam, for example, accepts BCH or Amazon like directly, then there should be some kind of, or maybe there is in Germany there are also other sites than Amazon, like online catalogs, so in Bulgaria as well. So if we cannot get local merchants, we might find a way, maybe even similar to Purse for the catalog in Bulgaria or anywhere else, to let people, at least if they have it and really don't know what to do with it, at least they can buy something online. And online buying means being able to buy anything actually.
Yeah, this is actually one of our next steps, because we're dealing mostly retail or point of sale. We don't do online purchasing yet, but our system that is in development. And that you mentioned, we have in Bulgaria here a couple of services that do grocery shopping for you and do the delivery for you, paying online.
Yeah.
And if we onboard one or more of them, that will have a very good reach. Right. We can't yet do grocery shopping either online or online.
Yes.
But once we can, that will be a big thing.
It is super helpful. I mean, in Germany we have delivery service, which it's all. I think it's even all in many countries in Europe, and you can pay directly with Bitcoin. With BitPay, they accept BitPay, so it helped me a lot to buying pizza with BCH directly. It was nice, so even in Germany, where you would really don't. Maybe in Berlin, maybe find one or two merchants, hip tattoo merchants who accept it. At least now, I really can spend it on stuff like delivery, especially if it's the grocery delivery. That's almost like the top up, the gift card idea, as convenient as a gift card, even.
Yeah. So we have a question from Osama in the chat. He says maybe it would be interesting if you could provide a payment solution, so a business solution for the payment system where they have a chance to convert it into fiat instantly with your exchange. He's probably referring to the merchants.
Yeah, that is a very good note. We are going to do that eventually. We will open our system, the POS system, with the other underwriting and everything, to the community, so it can be implemented and run elsewhere, other places. We are doing our underwriting with Kraken. It's a global exchange, which should be useful, could be adopted to other exchanges also.
Cool.
We've had talks with Kousha about that thing. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Hey, getting back to, we discussed Instagram earlier, so getting back to Instagram, maybe this question is good for Bhushan. Here in Latin America, we noticed that Instagram was by far our most popular social media platform for reaching users. Instagram was number one, Facebook was pretty far back, number two, and Twitter was like the last of them. I know this is not supporting my argument that you guys should be on Twitter, but I gotta tell the truth. So what have you guys seen there?
Our observation has been that Facebook dominates pretty much every medium when it comes to the domestic communication. Whereas Telegram is an effective tool to communicate internationally with like-minded people, because the channel itself filters out the right kind of audience into it. But locally, I think we have a local Telegram channel, but people over here prefer, when they think of instant messaging on their phone in the kind of the UI which Telegram has, they think of Viber. So they're a bit hesitant to move from Viber to, I mean, they say, oh, why don't we just have a Viber group instead? So I think Bulgaria is very Viber dominant as compared to, let's say, I come from India, where people don't use Viber that much. Everyone's on WhatsApp. So if you say to someone, let's have a Viber group in India, they would say, why? You just have a WhatsApp group. So I think people are more comfortable using Viber groups, hence the reluctance to Telegram. And using the same logic, a lot of Facebook users in the local community. Facebook's super popular in Bulgaria. It's just not us. It's any and every event out there, whether it's the farmers market, whether it's a dancing event, or whether it's a startup event, or even just cooking food for the homeless. Everything is on Facebook, and everyone's on Facebook. So from that perspective, Facebook has been really helpful for us in getting our messages across and doing pretty much all the promotions that we have for the local team. We have presence on meetup.com as well, where we have selected few members. I would say that's a good quality of members, because members are searching out for you. You're not searching out for followers like you do on Facebook. Most of the members who are in our meetup group are there for a reason. They are already interested in this topic. So that also has a different quality. But when it comes to constant engagement and communication and ease of usage for the target audience to just scroll down and see your content, Facebook leads by a huge margin as compared to Instagram for some reason.
That's really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, we were using Meetup here for a while, but it just gets too. I find it just gets too expensive, and it doesn't actually produce that many, attendees in the real world. What has your guys' experience been with Meetup?
So I've been managing Meetup.com for many months, and my experience has been that, as I mentioned, that it already attracts a quality audience. Plus the advantage of Meetup.com is when you are sending the broadcast messages, it's going in the inbox of your subscribers directly. Hopefully not spam. We can't really control that, and hopefully people are reading that. This kind of facility you would not get on Facebook. So I'd say Meetup and Facebook are two different tools, and they're serving two different target groups in a different way. We can't really compare these two that easily. But yes, you're right. Meetup.com has least amount of engagement. I've been sending almost 2 or 3 messages every week since many months now. And it's unfortunate that I haven't got a single reply on the email because we've had some engaging posts. Like, we a couple of months ago, when we used to have regular meetups in Sofia, and then we transitioned to having 2 meetups in Sofia. So one is the grand meetup that we used to have, and one is the pub meetup where we used to go to one of our merchants and buy food from there, have new people on board. So we were quite active. And I used to engage with the audience that, okay, tell us what kind of content or tell us what kind of topics would you like us to cover? Because we have a wealth of knowledge with Dimitri and Boyan. They can really, answer almost all your questions and things like that. So I was trying to have polls. I was trying to have questions asked to the audience, but it was rather disappointing to see no reciprocal conversation from that end on Meetup. Whereas on Facebook, there is some amount of engagement involved. The quality of the crowd can be debatable because you can have anyone and everyone on Facebook liking your posts or sharing your content. But yeah, Meetup has been rather disappointing on the two-way engagement, I'd say. Yeah, that's been our experience. Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
I can only talk about myself when it's about Meetup. If I use it, I also always forget about it. I'm not drawn to it. I don't know why. I think it's not because I was looking at your meetups, at the pictures, and it's big and there's many people. So I was thinking like, okay, this is active. It's not like you're sitting there alone, celebrating alone the 4th day or something. But it's
Yeah.
probably the site itself that somehow doesn't make you want to engage. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think a very interesting point you mentioned, Kousha, about the meetup numbers, where we see pictures from the meetups around the world. Some of them I've seen that the number of people you have is probably sometimes 4, 5, or 10 or 12. Fortunately, in a small place like Sofia, I don't think we've ever had a number less than 25. We've always clicked 25, 35. And I still remember our first meetup was such a grand affair. We had drinks, we had snacks, and we had a lot of people coming in. Most of them, I would say, okay, if you were to be a bit analytical about the numbers, I would say some of them were our personal contacts who came there to support us. But we had a very interesting ratio of expats coming to our meetups. We had a very good number of the first timers. And then we had them coming repeatedly. Even in the last meetup that we had, it was pleasing for me to see the repeated faces, which did not really come from our personal relationships, but really came from they really came organically, right? So that percentage is quite healthy. So from that perspective, I'd say there has been a really good interest with attending our meetups, and we have really good. I think people come to our meetups also because we have a very specific format which we don't change, which is thanks to Boyan and his idea that we have a fixed agenda. We post about the agenda on all our social platforms, and people know exactly what to expect. So we have really cool, catchy titles, and we have great speakers. With Boyan opens the talk, Dimitri covers a bit on the technology. We had our corporate lawyer who was sort of busting the myths when it comes to cryptocurrency, because any newbie who comes to your meetup would be fascinated by the technology and the potential of it, but would always have this thing in his head that, oh, am I doing something legal, or am I going to be behind the bars tomorrow? And that's where, if you have an authoritative speaker like a lawyer, a corporate lawyer, giving you facts and explaining you that yes, everything is cool, don't worry about things, and the whole session is interactive, it really helps. And that's what our observation has been.
That's really interesting. Those are good details, Yeah. I mean, I hope that the people watching, because we have a lot of people who are working on adoption across the world.
And a lot of people who want to start meetups
yeah.
right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we forgot to mention one point, but before the quarantine happened, I remember Dimitri and Boyan were really, stepping on the gas when it comes to merchant adoption. And we had, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but we had 11 merchants signed in less than 8 weeks when the year started, before the lockdown started. We had a total of 11 merchants. So, damn it, we were on full steam ahead, and the virus changed everything for all of us. But I mean, looking at that rate, we could have had many more things to share with you guys for sure. But yeah, we are now starting the efforts again. Yeah, I was very proud of the numbers.
Excellent. So when you guys sign a merchant, do you submit him to a directory or more than one directory? How do you handle that part?
So we have on our own site, we have a list of merchants. Also, we submit him to the, it is now, I think, map.bitcoin.com. That is maybe the most widely used one thing as a directory. And that's it.
And we also put them on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the other channels, including YouTube.
Yeah, we announce everywhere that he's accepting Bitcoin Cash.
We do this promotional video that we pay for. It's a professional video in 30, maybe 60 seconds, depending on the merchant. So everybody can see that this place is accepting Bitcoin Cash. It's a nice place, and they can go and have fun.
Awesome. Great idea.
Yeah, those merchants, like people that you may not have known at all, or that were wary at first but then accepted. What do they say right now after half a year or a year of being an BCH merchant? Are they like, wow, cool thing that you told it, you brought me to this, or are they like, oh yeah, who cares?
Because of the lockdown, we had a month or months, how much?
2 months.
2 months.
More than that, even.
Everything was dead. So it set us back a bit, but now things are going back. So what are people saying?
Well, usually since they get their revenue in fiat, they don't mind it. Some of them, we had this occasion. I'm going to say this. They couldn't find the tablet with the POS app on it, so we had to pay level. But these are such kind of things that usually we have one, maybe the owner or some other who are very enthusiastic and they know. But the other from the staff, they don't know anything about it. They just know how to operate the POS. So I'm not sure that it's getting too much big traction. Although people who go there and used to pay in Bitcoin Cash, they enjoy it. But people themselves, I don't see big difference, in the awareness. Let's put it that way.
It's still early.
Yeah, it's too early. We are too pushy. We are really pushing them to have this onboarding, and we go there very occasionally. No, very often we go there ourselves. Yes, in one place we even went so often that we start to hate the cuisine there. We have to make a post for 1 month. Don't go there anymore. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. It's important also to onboard restaurants that produce healthy food. So, well, yeah, here we found ourselves with a bunch of hamburger and pizza restaurants.
Yeah, pizza restaurant.
Wasn't good for my waistline. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, maybe just to mention that our next, let's say, big focus will be on these online shops. For instance, the accumulation of healthy food. We have one catering company that is selling only via internet, and they do physical deliveries to their customers. So by doing this application for online, what was the name?
POS.
Yeah, POS. Oh yes, online. It will be really, really cool, because most of these people that we are right now talking to, they're close to us. I mean, we have a good relation, they trust us. If I tell them, okay, you have to sign this, you will get this, they trust us and they want to start doing it, using it. Yeah.
One thing I remember, just you have history being on TV. Because of some charity project, which also, I mean, is kind of a big thing, and is also something that is pretty much a very good use case, like international remittances. This is also a use case, but international donation, like seeing something and simply just tipping it or paying it without any third party, of course. So maybe you can talk a bit about this, because it was in national TV on top.
Right.
As well.
We started this campaign that everybody can found on donate.poipe.io. There is a landing page for this campaign, and you can see there the whole story of the campaign, because we are doing this campaign together with UNICEF. The efforts that are going to be money collected for the help of people in most need during this crisis. And also you can see there the address, the QR code. You can see how much money we have collected so far, how much money there is available right now. Unfortunately, after the first payment we did for 911 something to UNICEF, after that we have now, I don't know, 65, this is roughly $40 right now. So we are trying to push everywhere, including Telegram channels, the international community, Reddit. There was some traction initially. Right now it's much less, but it's open and it's still
it's still working.
Yeah.
Also, we are matching the donations to that.
Yeah,
up
that's
to
right.
What was it, 5 Bitcoin Cash?
Yes, right now.
Like that. So it will be double.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, we were actually talking about some charity thing, right, George?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have we onboarded about 10 or 20 nonprofits in Venezuela, where one of the BCH Latam team leaders is. His name is Jose Araujo. And actually, we're going to be coming forth with the first one pretty soon. We have a video, a really nice video shot, and they're looking to raise a relatively small amount of money to support clowning for hospitalized children, because they're in Venezuela with the situation in Venezuela right now. It's very hard for children with terminal diseases or just very serious diseases like cancer to get treatment. Like even to get chemotherapy is really hard. So yeah, so I think that's a great idea that you guys have. Really, I think it's useful to combine some charity, with Bitcoin Cash adoption efforts.
It's actually something that we should also really, in a big sense, in a big scale, provide. I mean, I'm thinking about an application. It's actually something that I wanted to talk with to you about it, because I remembered that you were making charity anyway, to really, instead of getting a fund and then giving it to UNICEF, maybe really create an application or a website listing where we have people individually, or projects individually, show themselves and really directly get that money from the guy who's tipping it, and we are just like giving them the stage and advertisement for it, and the progress bar of Flipstarter Music, or a kind of Flipstarter, I mean, or something like this. It's something pretty easy that you can make pretty easily from a technical side, but also something that you then can organize a lot and network and find so many people that need help, but also can help or like to work in this together. So this is also a use case that should actually not be that neglected. Not first of all, because it helps people a lot, and second, of course, because it is again something where Bitcoin Cash is shining much more than any other currency.
Well, just to give you an idea about this campaign that we have started, we did it with UNICEF for many reasons. And one of the good reasons was that we got an authority and trust, because people, they don't know us, and most of them, they see crypto as some Ponzi scheme. So when they see UNICEF, and it gives them, this how to put it, credibility to what we are doing. And also, we are not in this business with helping others. Like, we don't know what to do, where to go, and that's why we decided to do it with UNICEF, because they know best, they know better about people who are suffering, and they have really good programs. This is one side. The other thing that you are talking about is totally okay, and I think there are such platforms, by the way. I'm not sure if they accept crypto or whatever, but this is really good idea, and we can go further and explore this one as well, right?
Yeah, there is Donor Pay. This is an application which is doing something like this. Years ago, I heard about it, and I always had it in mind. And then with crypto, I was like, okay, this is actually something that you can recreate in cryptocurrency. It would be even better than the Donor Pay, which is already, not taking as much from it like bigger foundations, because everything is direct and it's transparent, and everybody who pays gets a video message from the guy who gets or the family who gets the money and stuff. So it's very honest and connected, but it's still some conversion from credit card, and then it's less money getting there than it could be. So we could actually, maybe, George, talk to Donor Pay. I forgot totally to ask them actually to just accept it. Then we could actually build it on top of their system, which is also already very successful also.
Maybe, yeah. Although I think so one possibility also is that we onboard the nonprofits directly, donors pay them directly, and then when the merchants, or sorry, the nonprofits are like, hey, I need a little bit of fiat, I need to trade some of this for fiat, then we send them to local.bitcoin.com, where we've already and other local liquidity providers, where we've already gone through the effort to bring on board a bunch of liquidity providers, so that we have good liquidity there. And then we have a major win, right? The donors, we have the chance to onboard donors who otherwise wouldn't be able to connect with these nonprofits. They'd only be able to do like a credit card to the Red Cross thing. So we would be bringing new charitable giving options online for people. The nonprofits get money that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get because they're not able to access people. They're not able to access the full marketplace of donors. And then we jumpstart the whole local liquidity situation by producing a bunch of people who want to sell, and that provides some spark for local liquidity providers that we onboard, and we say, hey, here's your first business, and then so once we have some liquidity going, then we have something that we can build maybe remittances on top of. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes total
Totally.
sense. The liquidity is the biggest problem, but there's nothing, how to put it, not much we can do right now apart from educating people and onboarding merchants and other people. That's it. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Those are key first steps, no doubt, no doubt.
That's
Heroic work, really.
right. Yeah, that's what we
Yeah,
like to do.
absolutely. So, Kousha, you'd said something about like they were doing something with remittances.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to ask. You had remittances, or wanted to ask you, how is let's start with this. How is remittance market in Bulgaria? There are people first, well, there are tourists or people coming, living there. It's a beautiful country. So I think there must be a lot of people going there and having a nice time, who also need money then from outside. And I would say there are also places where people go to work in other countries. I would say, I mean, it's maybe not that big like other countries, but still, I would say there are Bulgarians going to, let's say, Germany or so and working. So, any remittance programs with you that you have or you are thinking about?
For good or for bad, Bulgaria has a relatively well developed and established banking infrastructure.
That's right.
So there is not much of a problem that people see in general with banks, with the established institutions. So it is not such a hot topic, remittance, right here in Bulgaria. Other places, sure.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, in within the European Union, right now you can send wire transfers virtually for free, and it will arrive probably the same day, next day at the latest. Yes. So people for people who are sending money back home from Europe, they mostly use wire transfers. People from abroad, from US, I'm not sure, but there is a lot, to be honest. I believe there are more than 2 million Bulgarians abroad working, and most of them sending money back home to their families. But
There
it's
are,
not, yeah, not that big
there
an
are
issue.
niche uses where
Right.
it could be useful, but not mainstream yet. And like everything else, we need to increase liquidity.
Right.
We need total liquidity for that thing to be accepted as money by mainstream people. You need to be able to spend it anywhere you need to be able to get anything that is available for purchasing for
Right.
Bitcoin Cash.
So yeah, remittance is not so, let's say, big opportunity for us right now in Bulgaria, I mean, because as we already mentioned, most of the people they have access to the financial system directly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Bulgaria is an EU member. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Right. So that makes things easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Did we have any more questions or any questions from the audience? So what can you guys give us the best URLs where we can, people can keep up with you, maybe follow you on Facebook, subscribe to your YouTube channel. Maybe you can drop those in the Ignite live stream group that we're in on Telegram, and I can put them in the chat and in the video description.
General overview about our company, what we are about. Our main website is Poype, Poyppe.io, Poype.io. We have Facebook channels, but maybe
we can. We'll send you those links. All Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
So Facebook, it is findable by what name? Bitcoin Cash, Sofia Bitcoin Cash.
Now we change it to Poype for Financial Autonomy.
Poype for Financial Autonomy.
It's on Facebook.
The Facebook page.
But we'll send you those definitely, so you can share them with the audience later. Definitely.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I can just put them into the chat, and so people who want to keep up with you guys can do that. So let's see. Do we have any other questions?
Short question until you find here some comment. What does Poype actually mean? What's the name?
Well, honestly, we don't know yet.
It's the name of the company.
Yeah, that's the name of the company. That's what it means.
Okay, it's just a name. I thought it would be a word, maybe some. I didn't.
No, there is no
didn't ring any bell.
Behind it.
Okay, cool.
Frankly, I think that one of the best branding moves you can make is to invent a word.
That's right.
Then when people search for you, you're going to be the top result.
That's right.
Totally. Yeah.
So it's a crypto adoption company. That's what it means. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap this up here. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you to the audience for watching and for your questions. Dimitri Kaparis, Boyan Kelchev, Bhushan Trivedi. Hopefully I didn't pronounce those too poorly.
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, my co-host Kousha. I'm George Donnelly. Thank you so much, everybody. No, I'm not gonna try your last name. No, I'm not going there, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so thanks again, everybody. If you guys want to get any final words in, you're free to. Otherwise, let's keep building.
My final words would be: we just have to stick there and do our job and never quit. The good times will come sooner or later. Maybe it will take 20 years. I don't know.
Much later, yeah.
But
much later. But still.
But unless, I know exactly what must to happen in order to have this mass adoption. We need a money market. That's it. As long as business is a monopoly of the government, we will suffer whatever we suffer right now. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have the vision.
Exactly.
It is validated by the success of the Bitcoin during the years.
Right.
And we believe it will live on. So we have to keep pushing it.
That's right.
100%. All right. Well, thank you guys.
I wanted to add something, like, don't forget, we really are interested in working together, and I would ask you to also invite George into the group that you put in. It was like Sofia and BCH Ghana, but let's make it Sofia and BCH Ignite, and then it's even bigger and even more effective.
Thank you for having us. Indeed, it was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you for reaching out.
It's our pleasure. All right. Well, we're signing off. Thank you, guys, and let's keep building Bitcoin Cash.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Bye later. See you later.